Hi, it's David with a good core strength, simple 15-minute workout for you. Just to wake up your core and get you established for your day. So, we're going to start with a cat cow. So, you come into all fours. Then cats go on Halloween, and cows have big, heavy bellies. And we're just going to move between these two, going into a full forward bend and then sagging into a full backward bend. And as you go between these two, this will do a lot of things. It's going to mobilize your spine. And part of the benefit of this shape is that this is what all our quadrupedal cousins, they spend all their time in this shape. So when your hands are off the floor, all these muscles are working really hard. But when you put them down, those muscles can relax, and then your low back muscles can release. Right? So we're arching our back and rounding our back. And really explore the range, like right at the end. Like, why did I stop here? Maybe I could curl a little further. Right? Why did I stop here? There's a little more. And it helps to inhale as you switch and exhale to stay. And inhale to switch and exhale to stay. Inhale to switch and exhale to stay. And if you want to go a little deeper here, you can, instead of just doing the middle of the back going up and down, you can do a wave. So I'm going to start with my tail. And see how I'm leaving my head hanging? I'm just going to wait until it wakes it all the way up my spine to get to my head. And then I'll start with my tail again, switching from that backward bend to a forward bend. From the tail, just sending a wave up my spine to try to articulate the vertebrae. Because they tend to move in chunks at first. You got to really slow down, and like sometimes I'll often see people go here and then lift their head, but skip the middle. So you really want to send a wave up and down to massage the back out. Yeah. So do that to release your back. It's a great thing to do if you've got a tight back, right? So that's step one. You do that about that much time or longer as your back lakes. Step two, I'm going to scoot closer to the wall. I'm going to put my feet on the wall about the height of my knees and rest my head back. Thighs parallel to each other. I'm going to lift the hips up off the floor. And then the trick here is to roll down one vertebrae at a time. At first it might be tempting to lift up and just land my hips. But we're going to try to tuck the tail. It might be hard to see with my shirt on. I'm trying to roll down and hollow out my belly as I roll down. So my low back touches after my mid back and before my hips. So I'm going to try to peel up off the floor and then roll back down. You can see it rolling down, hanging my hips from my legs. Right? And if you're using your abs, like when I lift my head up, my abs push up. But here I'm trying to let my abs sink down. So I'm trying to get to some deeper muscles. This pushes up, and this sinks down and hollows out the abs. Okay? Right? So I'm going to break it down further for you. So we're going to lift up, until you're just on your upper back. So pretend there's just 30 vertebrae. So I'm on my upper back, and now my upper and my middle back, and then my upper, middle, and lower, and then my hips will release to the ground. Or the sacrum is that the center bone in the hips where the spine meets. So I go upper back, middle back, lower back, but not sacrum yet, and then sacrum. Okay, upper back, middle back, lower back, but not sacrum, and now feel that. There's this hollow through here and some deep muscles engaged, but the low back muscles have released a little bit, and then floor. Okay, and then let's break it down even further. So that's if there are 3 vertebrae. So let's try 9. So I'm going to come up. I've got my upper back touching, my middle upper back, and then my lower upper back, and my upper middle back, my middle back, my lower middle back, my upper lower back, my middle lower back, my lower back, and then my sacrum. Let's try that again. So I lift up and I go upper back, middle upper back, lower upper back, upper middle back, middle back, lower middle back, upper lower back, middle lower back, lower middle back. Ooh, deep engagement. Sacrum. Okay? So once you get the hang of that, I would do that a few extra times more than I just suggested. You can pause the video, do a few more. And then when you resume the video, we'll switch your feet to the floor. So pause it if you're going to practice a little longer, or unpause it now, or just keep playing through. So we've done it with your feet on the wall. It's a little more challenging to find all that with your feet flat on the floor, but it's the same thing. Upper, middle upper, lower upper, upper middle, middle, lower middle, upper lower, middle lower, lower, and then sacrum. And what that's going to do is it's going to help use the middle muscles. There's like the front surface abs, the middle muscles that we're trying to target, and the low back. And often if you have back pain, it's the low back trying to do the work for the rest of it. So we're trying to hang the low back down. You get that scoop through that releases the low back by using the muscles in front instead. Kind of like a baton handoff at a relay. Okay? So that's number 2. Number 3 exercise for clearing your back. Turn around for this one. Is what a lot of people don't know is lower back muscles are leg muscles. So what you want to do is hold your leg and relax your leg. So hold your leg and relax your leg. Just feel like if my leg is tight and I move my knee down, this other hip's going to lift. So I'm going to just try to keep the other hip steady and move my leg relative to my hips. And here's my leg holding itself up, and then I'll hold it with my hands and just sort of let it relax. I can jiggle it and just feel how it works. I can even take my opposite hand to my knee, so I'm reaching my left hand across my right knee, and I can roll and peel my spine off the floor and twist while looking the opposite way at my knees. And that's going to twist my spine a little bit. And when I get to the edge, I want to take a deep breath. Don't push your edge, just breathe at it. Couple breaths here. Just feel what's going on in there. We'll come back up and rest that leg on the floor. And just take a moment here to feel the difference between right and left. Right? Right? So this side's going to probably feel heavier, clearer, or longer, and this side's going to feel normal. So you get to see what you've been holding that you can let go of in a few minutes. Okay, we'll do a second side. Just try to massage out the hip socket using the center of the thigh bone to massage the hip socket to feel that connection. Find your range of motion with it. And then you bring it across. Oh, just feel where it resists. Breathe there. Do not push your edge. Breathe at your edge. Really help to make a sound. This exercise really helps to do it on an empty stomach, so you're not squeezing your digestive tract after evacuating your bowels. Not recommended if you're pregnant. Then you release, and then hopefully both sides feel good. Wow, I feel so much more spacious in my hips and my legs. It only takes a few minutes to clear that. Okay, and then the last thing you're going to do is plank and side plank. So plank, there's a few versions of plank. There's the saggy plank, and then the piked plank, and then there's something right down the middle. So I want you to go from sag up to pike, and then down to sag, and I want you to feel where the crossover line is by feeling the middle of your body. And when you find it, I want you to refine and find the center of that. And then you'll feel your core, and you can twist around your core. So when you're down low, you'll feel it in your back more. When you're up high, you'll feel it in your abs more, but then in the middle, right, you can see it's a straight line now. If you want to do push-ups with that, you're welcome to, right? So that's the plank. And then the side plank, similar. So in side plank, you want your fingers pointing that way. You want your shoulder rolled back underneath you, because it's a little hard to see here. But if my shoulder's pushing forward, then I'm hanging out on my rotator cuff. So I want to get my shoulder underneath me, okay? So I move my shoulder back underneath me, and then I lift up. And I want to keep my arm underneath me so it feels good. And the same thing, my piking or my sagging, or where's the middle? And I'm stretching my other arm up out of the shot, okay? If that feels like too much, sometimes having your forearm on the floor can be a better way to get your core. So raising and lowering can really, it works your core just to do that. So do that on both sides. And then you just flop down, tuck your flat parts of your shoulder blades under your rib cage, turn your palms up. Good. And relax and let go of all the muscles you just used. Breathe into your belly. You just used your abs a lot. Breathe until your belly and your low back fills up, and then let it relax. And hopefully you're feeling a little more aware of your core now. And try to keep your attention on your sensations. Like, don't daydream. Really feel your body melting into the floor. Just letting go of all the work you do. And bring your attention back, stretch through your fingers and toes, but not to the point of strain, just like like you woke up from a nap. Stretch back into your body, open your eyes, and you're ready for the day. Hopefully you're more in touch with your core, and let me know how it goes. Thanks for watching.